The next few training videos assume that you have access to a SharePoint server. Okay, first of all, what is SharePoint? SharePoint is a Microsoft software program that is installed on a server, which is accessible anywhere there's internet connection, but only to those whom you give permission to. Now, there are a couple ways you can go about setting up SharePoint. You can either hire an IT person, then get a server and the SharePoint software and have them install it and set up user access with passwords and settings, or you can search the internet and find a company that will host SharePoint and have that set up for you and also do the maintenance on it for typically a monthly fee. But all you have to do to keep it simple is just add your own username and password and away you go. Now you can check all that out, but for this training video, I have it hosted by a company, and so I don't have to go through all the troubles of setting it up. And the purpose of the next couple of training videos is assuming that you already have access to it and it's set up, that I want to show you some of the features that you can do on SharePoint with regards to Microsoft Word. So in this training video, I've got my document here, and we're going to be learning how to co-author using SharePoint. That means that after I upload this to SharePoint, it's going to allow me to work simultaneously on it with others who have access to the document on my SharePoint site. And in fact, you can have many people access this document at the same time, but again, they have to have access, of course, to it on your SharePoint site with your username and password. So, any changes that I make when they're working on it, and I click Save, it will automatically bring over their changes so I can see it and accept it or reject it, and vice versa. Any changes that I make when they have access to this document on SharePoint, that when they click Save, it will pull my changes over to that document so they can see it and accept or reject my changes. So the first thing I want to do is to go to my SharePoint site by coming down here and opening up Internet Explorer, and then coming up to the top and typing in my SharePoint URL, HTTP. And there it is. Since I've been to this website many a times, or the SharePoint site, I don't have to type in the rest because it's already highlighted. I can just hit enter on the keyboard and it automatically says, okay, we've got your username, now what's the password? And then click Okie dokie. And there we go, my SharePoint site. So this is SharePoint 2013, and if you have a different version of SharePoint, hopefully there's some similarities so you can get the gist of it. In any case, over to the left-hand side, to keep it simple, you have the navigation pane. You can go home to the notebook, documents, just one folder there. So you can see down below that the documents is there as well, and some of the most recent documents that I've uploaded. I wouldn't say recent, I've been busted. Those are 2013. And then you can see the spiffy folder, a folder within the documents folder. Now, to upload a document in here, all I have to do is go ahead and click on New Document. Opens up a window and it says, okay, go ahead and choose the file. So if I go ahead and click Browse, go to my desktop, already there, so all I have to do is go ahead and scroll down through it to find my Coauthor SharePoint document, double click on it. There's the address, and then down below it says, do you want to overwrite existing files? So if I'm uploading a document that has the same name as another document here, it's going to overwrite it. So you want to be careful about that. But since this is the first time that I'm uploading it, I'm not worried about it. Just go ahead and click Okie dokie. And there it is. Hey, a little green asterisk that when you hover over it, well, it looks like a green asterisk. It says it's new. And you can see it was modified, or in this case uploaded a few seconds ago by, well, that's my login username. You can see up here to let me know that I logged in under that username there, default user underscore KC Kershaw. Now once I have it uploaded, I can either go ahead and change the settings or verify that the settings for this document allows other people to work on it at the same time, because if not, then it's going to be a check-in, check-out document, meaning that when somebody checks it out, nobody else can work on that document until they check it back in. So to be able to make sure that you have this set up where you can have others work on it at the same time that you're working on it, either at the document level, or you can do it for the folder level, meaning that every single document within the folder is going to have the same settings for all the documents where you can work on all of them at the same time. You just need to pick and choose. If you want to do it for just the document, then go ahead and hover over it and check it. And then when you check it up here, you get two tabs. You want to go to the Library tab and then come over to the Settings group, click on Library Settings, and then come over here under General Settings and select Versioning Settings. Select that, and then come over and down, because what we're looking at is, do we require the document to be checked out before they can be edited? Because if it says yes, that means that nobody else can work on it, 2 or more people at the same time. So you want to make sure that says no. And then go ahead and click OK. I'll click cancel. And then to get back to the documents, I can either click on Home, get my documents down below, or click on the Documents folder. So I'm right in the Documents folder, and you can see my documents still there. Now you can do it at the file level, just on each file, whether or not you want to let everyone be able to make changes to it at the same time, or you can do it at the actual folder level, and with documents selected, you can see I don't have any files selected here, but I have the actual documents folder selected. You can come up here and click on Library and go over the same steps, settings to library settings, to versioning settings, and just make sure that at the folder level that you have it set to no. That way, all the documents within the folder, by default, don't require you to check it out, so everybody can work on the document at the same time, or as many people that want to work on the document at the same time. Let's go ahead and click Cancel and go back to our Documents folder. And it's pretty much that simplistic. If I want to go ahead and start working on the document, I can just come down here and click on the link and open it up. But if I want to notify my coworker that this is now available, then with it checked, just come up here, click on the Library tab, go to the Share and Track group and click on Email a Link. Click on it. It wants to open up Outlook, so if you have Outlook installed on your computer, it will want to open up that. Click Allow. It says it might be dangerous, but I trust it. And then there's the link, first to the SharePoint site and then to the actual document. So when she gets the email and clicks on it, she better have a username and password because it's secured, the document here on my SharePoint site. So let's go ahead and type in the first letter. There it is, kheffernan@videotrainingpro.com, because I've already typed in her email address many times before. With it highlighted, if I just hit the tab key, it automatically pulls it in. And then for the subject, work for us, then go ahead and click Send. And as you recall in an earlier training video, when you click Send using Outlook, it sits in the outbox until you open up the Outlook program, which is down below on my taskbar. Click on it. There it is in the outbox. Now by default, I have it set up so it automatically sends out for me. If it doesn't shoot it out for you, then come up here and click on the Send and Receive, and it will send anything sitting in your outbox out. And so when Carrie gets this, and she opens it up, logs in, then she can start working on it. So let's go ahead and log in ourselves so we can see what it looks like when we're working on it along with somebody else at the same time. All you have to do is go ahead and click on the link, and it says, are you sure you want to open this up because it may not be safe? Of course, we trust it. Let's go ahead and click Allow. And it says some files contain viruses. Here's that warning again. Do you really want to open it up? Of course I do. We'll say yes. It finally opens up, and it's in the read mode, which I don't like. So we want to come up here and click on Edit Document, and it automatically takes me out of the read mode. Now you'll notice a difference between the original document that's on my desktop and the one that I uploaded to SharePoint by looking up here on the Save button. If it's a document that you access from SharePoint, it's going to have these two arrows pointing in on each other. You can see that when you hover over it, not only does it save the document, but it refreshes it, as you can see in the pop-up, with updates made by any other author working on it at the same time from the SharePoint site. So if you notice this Save button compared to the document that was on our desktop, that doesn't have the refresh symbol on the Save button. So that's one way to know that you're actually working on the document from the SharePoint site, and it's right there. So let me go ahead and have Carrie log in or open up the document from the SharePoint site, the same document, so you can see what it looks like when both of us are working on it at the same time. And hey, look at that. Down below on the status bar, Carrie Heffernan is editing this document. Click the status bar to show all authors working on this. So down the status bar, you can see that there's 2 dudes with the number 2. You hover over it, says 2 authors are editing this document. Well, here's the first one. Click on it to find out. And it's me, the default user, of course. And there's Carrie right there. So now that we know that we're both working on it at the same time, let's go ahead and have her make some changes, and then we'll have her save the changes, and then we'll go ahead to find out those changes, have to come up here and click on the Save/Refresh button. That, since we're not saving anything because we haven't made any changes, but we want to see her changes, We have to click on that.